Now we're going to bring you some French politics on the programme, and France's former Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, is calling for a clarification of the political line to determine whether or not Macronists will take part in the new government. Now, Attal was due to meet at Matignon today with the new Prime Minister, Michel Barnier, as he tries to put together a new government, but we're hearing that it's been cancelled or at least postponed. Well, let's talk to Clovis Casali, who joins us from there. Clovis, so we're hearing it's been postponed. I mean, what was due to be the point of this meeting?
Well, indeed, this meeting between Gabriel Attal and the current Prime Minister Michel Barnier has been cancelled, or should I say postponed. The entourage of Michel Barnier not telling us yet when it could be taking place. What is very clear is that there are tensions between the two men, and actually between Michel Barnier and the rest of Macron's centrist bloc, over the possibility of increasing taxes. Macron's side says there is no way we won't support a government that increases taxes on the French people. We won't support that government. Gérald Darmanin, the current Interior Minister, the outgoing Interior Minister, even saying that he won't take part in a government that increases taxes and won't support it in government, which could make it even more difficult for Michel Barnier to have a government to stay in place, because, you know, of course, there's the risk of losing a vote of no confidence with no bloc having an outright majority in Parliament. Michel Barnier's entourage has now sent us a message saying the budgetary situation of France is critical, and therefore there should not be any threats. The only objective of the Prime Minister is to bring back growth for France, increase the level of living of the French people, and therefore you can understand that behind the scenes there are talks taking place, and this meeting has been postponed, we are told, and we'll have to wait and see if it takes place today or maybe in the coming days. But clearly, talks need to resume between both sides as Michel Barnier, the Prime Minister, is struggling to form a government.
Yeah, more generally, Clovis, there's still no news, is there, of that government? I mean, what's the problem there? What's holding it up?
Yes, and it's a record number of days under the Fifth Republic for France without a government, we know who's the Prime Minister, of course, Michel Barnier, but he can't really form his government yet because it seems he's trying to attract left-wing figures. Remember, when he came into power here at Matignon, Michel Barnier said, we want to bring together French people, French political parties, because again, in the past snap elections, no bloc got an outright majority, and actually it's the left-wing bloc that got a very slim majority of seats, but did not get to choose the next Prime Minister. So for Michel Barnier, who comes from the right wing, he needs to try to get some kind of left-wing figures in his government. And for the time being, no one wants to go. No one wants to associate with a government that's set to have, of course, a right wing or at least a centre-right political agenda. Michel Barnier looking, of course, to his party, Les Républicains, the centre-right party, to get some ministers. On that side, clearly, many people keen to join. Then, of course, you've got Macron's centrist bloc, people who could join the government. Presumably, no outgoing minister would be in the next government because they need to show the French people that there is clear change, a new direction for France. So very difficult for Michel Barnier to really recruit new troops, if you will. And we are told that a new government should be announced, possibly on Sunday. We are expecting one at least this week.